Kat, how is your day going aside from talking about yourself a lot?
Oh, I try and avoid it. Should we switch it up and just talk about you? Is this whole
No,
interview?
let's talk about the Mandarin Oriental. It said, no, seriously. Thank you for taking the time. And for this role as Marley, did you do a lot of prep related to lawyer-related concerns or investigations?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, I consider myself an amateur lawyer personally. I'm always, finding finding different things to bother my lawyers about. I come from a family, a lot of attorneys in my family. From my cousin Alfonso David, who's an incredible civil rights attorney.
Hmm.
My mother was the paralegal secretary for Johnny Cochran. My father was a lawyer before he got into being a jazz executive. And then there's a lot of diplomats on my father's side of the family from Liberia. So between that and my work with the UN,
Yes.
because I was always more interested in being a humanitarian than a politician, right? Because there's so much red tape when you're a politician, and I just wanted to be a humanitarian and not have anything that would keep me from that. But there is a lot of law that you have to study when you're a humanitarian, especially international law, and what we can do and how we can support vulnerable people, while still trying to support the system that's supporting them.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not completely out of my element, but it was definitely nice to put on a suit, grab a briefcase, and get to work for justice. I was like, great, this is how I feel when I'm doing this alone, but in like, t-shirt boots in the field covered in dirt. So it was definitely the more glamorous version of what I of a version of what I do for
The
sure.
people on Instagram did like your lawyer suit for the record.
I understand why. I mean, it's a very good lawyer suit.
And so this is a new movie to us, and you mentioned the UN ambassador work that you do, but music is another reason why we know you and we like you and et cetera and all that. And IMDb says that Michael is coming up and you play Diana Ross in that. Are you going to be doing singing as part of that project?
Um, I wish. I mean, I don't think so. But you'll have to watch and see. I think there's just anything's possible. But I did do a disco album called Love Music Funk Magic back in 2017,
Hmm.
way that predates this movie. So if you are like fiending for like a disco Diana Ross version of me, I would say run and go look at that album. That is like the big hair disco. So you'll get your
Sure.
fix.
Quite different from your musical output related to Alexander Ludwig.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the opposite side of
Yeah.
the spectrum. So,
Completely opposite.
so again, this is the new movie, Tyler Perry's Duplicity. But are we allowed to know which film project is next, or do we just have to keep following you on Instagram and the like?
Uh, after these two, um, what am I allowed to say? Uh, I'm focusing on an international album actually called
Hmm.
Pele, which is not disco, it's not R&B, it's not pop, it's literally an international album, focusing on each country and that region and bringing activists and artists together. So that is kind of the next thing that I am focusing on. And then hopefully the series that I've been quietly working on will come to life.
So, in recapping before I let you go, we still can't define who you are and what you do in just two words.
I'm a simple girl, big goals.
Simple girl, big goal.
I
I
am a
think
simple girl.
there's your forward bio. Well, Kat, thank you for your time. Looking forward to what's to come, whether you're singing, acting, producing, or just making it look good with a gray suit.
That's it. Don't need much.
Paltrocast.